welcome back to another episode of Trash Talk Podcast. We got a Hearthstone keyword quiz for you in the halftime show today. See how well JJ knows his game of choice. We're also going to be trying a little bit of a different thing. We're playing a game in the second topic, and we're actually going to have visuals going with the times, and we're turning the podcast into a game show. Not really, but we're going to play GeoGuessr. It's going to be interesting for sure. First, though, we're going to be answering some fundamental questions of life.
I'm wondering if game of choice is necessarily the correct term there.
Is it not your game of choice? I think it's your game of choice. It's the game you play professionally.
Professionally is a very strong
In
word.
a very skewed up way, yes. But it's our game of choice. Hearthstone, right? It's the game we choose to play, for the most part, on our channel.
Yes, that is true.
And that people are interested in, and that's a fun quiz.
I play other games too.
You do play other games, that is correct. But Hearthstone is the game of choice. Whenever the question is about the game of choice, are you really not going to say Hearthstone? I think you would. I think you would.
That's a tough question.
No, you would say Hearthstone. So, we have some existential questions, I guess. Not really existential as in philosophical.
But some of them are incredibly tough. Some seem impossible. Others are more thought-provoking and imaginative. Use them wisely.
Use them more. What are you talking about? Can you please push a couple more references over my head before we get into this?
I was literally reading something off the page that we're taking the questions from.
Oh yeah, that one I could have actually gotten. My bad. So we have some what if questions, and these are
That is a leading paragraph for the 5 best what if questions.
Correct. We have a couple of interesting questions here, and those are hypothetical scenarios. That means they're hypothetical and not real, except if they're hypothetically real. In this case, they are. And we're going to ask ourselves the questions about what would happen if they were. Which they are now. For the time being. Are you confused? Are you following?
What if you woke up one morning in another country surrounded by people who spoke no English and with only the clothes you slept in? What would you do?
At least go put on some pants. Or something. I don't know. Find clothing.
Well, to be fair, I sleep in pajamas, so that's actually better than some other people would be off there.
That's fair enough.
Well, sometimes I also sleep in my regular clothes, but I try to avoid that.
Alright, if I knew that it was going to happen, I would go to sleep in a suit. Full suit. So you woke up...
And also with pockets full of money.
Yeah, pockets full of money, exactly. All the gold I could grab on my way to bed, for sure. So
all the gold that you would definitely have lying around from all the YouTube we've been doing.
Yes, exactly. So it depends on what country, first of all, right? So no English speaking, which that's a lot of countries off the table there.
It's definitely France. I mean, we know it's France.
Because they are the only people
it's the only country in the world where no one speaks English.
Categorically refuse to speak English, that's correct. So you wake up in France. What do? Well, go back home. It's a couple hundred miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever, right? No,
just walk home. I don't care.
Just take a train, grab a bus. You put the little bit of money that you got. No. So what do? Well, you try to, legitimately, you try to seek out a public place like an embassy and find someone who speaks English there.
I guess that's kind of not the idea. I mean, I know that in any given country, you will find someone.
Well, you're gonna have to be able to communicate somehow, right?
I guess there is a lot of...
if not, you just be doing the whole sign language and like 2 different broken languages at the same time.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Sort of pointing and shouting.
I guess you could try maybe somehow making yourself understood even if no one speaks English. But I guess the idea is always to just... I guess you maybe try to beg for money or something to just get something to get on a train in
go somewhere else.
Any given direction. And you're just hoping to get further towards the border to some kind of country where they do speak some kind of language that you
maybe seek out a payphone or something, some means of communication. And then ET call home and be like, hey, I don't know where I am, but I'm here. So
exactly, and the person on the other end will be able to find out relatively exactly where you are just by country and area code. Yeah. Although I'm not sure. Public payphones, do they have area codes? They definitely have country codes.
But you can describe the vicinity, and you can just ask people. Like, you can find out where you are somehow.
Yeah, that's
you can definitely do that.
But even then, you at the very least have a country, and you can work from there. I guess that's...
And then you communicate outside to someone who knows you, speaks English, and they make arrangements to retrieve you.
Yeah.
And that's how you... I guess that's what I would do. I try to, first of all, communicate where I am and find out, and then... if really no one can speak English and help me in the situation, not even officials, then I call home. And I call up JJ and be like, hey, I don't know, listen, I'm in Tajikistan, but you're going to have to get me out here now.
Look up this look up this phone number, see if that's accessible.
Yeah, and then JJ travels to Tajikistan, like books the next plane, and he shows up, and I'm like, psych. Well, just a prank, bro. I'm still at home. No, that's what I would do, I guess. If I don't have my cellular telephone with me, which I don't because I don't have it on me when I sleep.
I barely have mine on me at all.
Oh, first of all, pro tip: pinch yourself. You might be dreaming.
Does the pinching thing actually work? Like, if you were in a dream, would pinching yourself in a dream make you somehow magically aware that you're in a dream?
Yeah, it would. It would, because you don't feel pain. You can't feel. You don't have a physical body in the dream. You can also just punch yourself in the face, and your fist would go right through your head, and that's how you notice that I'm in a dream.
You're suggesting that dreams don't have clipping?
Yeah, clipping, like in dreams, just you don't have a physical body. You can. That's one of the, like, when you try to figure. That's what I tell you to figure out when you're in a dream or not. You can pinch yourself. You can also just
push your finger through your palm.
Push your finger through your palm. It'll go right through. Put yourself in the face. It'll go right through. And there you go. That's how you know you're in a dream. And pinching yourself will do the same thing. Anything to just figure out, and you might be. Because who legitimately wakes up in a different country? Not many people.
Yes Theory did that once.
Yeah, maybe if you're on a plane. What?
Yes Theory did that once.
What's Yes Theory?
That's a YouTube channel. They do a bunch of bullshit.
I prefer no practice.
It is one of those channels that you don't necessarily have to watch. But they did it once when they were like, oh yeah, like they took one of the guys and they just like blindfolded him and drove him somewhere.
Oh.
And then he had to find his way back.
All right. That would have been a long drive though.
Although there was, to be fair, like some of the kids around that were speaking English because more people do these days.
Fair enough. That makes it a lot easier.
But yeah, he like no money. He did have camera equipment with him to film the whole thing. Of course. Like no money and trying to find his way back.
Well, that's interesting. What if you could be famous but poor forever? Would you do it?
Well, first of all,
this is such a weird question.
How do you become famous without somehow making money off it?
Yeah. It's tough to be famous without being able to monetize it, other than like being some kind of famous criminal or something. Right?
But like, if there's literally no way to monetize it, then no.
Then no, obviously. Who wants to be famous? Best case scenario, best case scenario, you'll be rich without being famous.
Because what does being famous get you if it doesn't get you money, except for like a loss of privacy?
Yeah, that's all that's supposed to get you, obviously. Right? Yeah, obviously. Like, okay, you can argue, obviously, I'm famous, people love me, then I can make those people pay money.
What about King Norton of America?
Oh, great guy.
He was famous. He didn't really have a lot of money.
Wasn't he an emperor?
Emperor, right? Emperor Norton. That's what
Emperor Joshua Norton. Yeah.
The
most royal citizen San Francisco ever had.
He was poor. Yeah. He was famous. And he didn't get necessarily money off it, although he did print his own money. Yeah, he did. But he could eat in restaurants for free and everything.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe if you get everything for free, I mean.
So, even if you can't make, that's always the question. Like, if you can still indirectly get that profit from it, then I would still do it.
But it depends on good or bad famous, right?
Yeah.
You're famous for assassinating Kennedy, and then I would not do that.
Yeah.
If if I know I'm good famous, like Norton, or even better, maybe I would. But the way the question is answered, is asked, the answer would be no.
Yeah, I don't like fame for fame's sake.
Yeah, no, it's not that useful, actually. What if you had the chance? Would you change something in the history, risking that your parents never will meet with each other and you'll never be born? Cue the paradox.
I was about to say that's the biggest problem here. The fact that you can logically resolve it. Well, you can logically resolve it.
But
there's
time splitting in different
ways.
Timelines, yeah.
Again, the timeline splitting is one of my go-tos, and if the idea is that I just undo it so that in that timeline I don't exist, but my previous self from the previous timeline still exists, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
If somehow that would erase me from existence completely, but still the change takes place, then I would not do it because I'm a selfish person.
Yeah, obviously. Why would you, right?
To make the world a better place for everyone else.
And you don't even know if you do that.
You don't. That's the thing.
Right? Like, even if you say, okay, I'm going to go back and stop Hitler, someone twice as bad as Hitler might come out 5 years later.
Yeah.
But I'm going to make sure that...
Even worse art.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure that Vienna art school lowers its goddamn standards. He applied twice. Got rejected both times. They told him to study architecture.
I know that it told him to study architecture, yeah.
And he designed his own fucking government buildings.
I was about to say he designed some pretty good buildings.
Yeah, he did.
Say about the guy what you want, but he had some good ideas for architecture.
He could draw some buildings. That's true. He could draw you a house. That's true. But yeah, I would probably not, because it's too much of a hassle to break your brain over what can and can't and shouldn't happen when you do with the time travel thing.
What if you could say a sentence which the whole world could hear? What would you say?
Subscribe to the Trashcan Television YouTube channel.
You probably shouldn't say television.
Maybe I should actually say TrashcanTV, shouldn't I?
Because
I might say that. I might also just say that Alex is the greatest, and you should listen to him, and he's actually God, proven by the fact that you can everyone can hear this, even though I'm not here.
It would low-key be...
it could be like something like, "Oh, hello, Earthlings, greetings from this and this galaxy."
It would be interesting to use it just to pretend to have superpowers.
Yeah.
That's great, but it's a one-time thing. I think that almost... Of course, the idea is... And I guess the way... I always think of how the question was intended, and I guess you're supposed to say something like, "Oh yeah, like this and that thing that would end up inevitably making the world better," but the problem is... The people who need to hear it are usually the ones who will ignore it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, guys, the Earth is not flat and climate change is real. Be like, yeah, everyone knows it, and those who don't want to know.
Like God says, vaccinate your kids. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, play them their own cards, dude.
Also, vaccination would be the bigger issue than the flat Earth, because flat Earthers don't usually do harm to other people.
But climate change, right?
Well, yeah, climate change now is a problem as well. But the anti-vaxxers, they cause outbreaks that then harm everyone, not just their own kids. Although it's bad enough that they're harming their own kids.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess at the end of the day, something self-serving is probably more effective. And also...
Yeah, I probably would, to be honest.
And also, if we do use that to promote ourselves, which it sounds very selfish, but then we could use that platform to try to spread the messages that we'd actually want to spread.
You extend
directly.
that one sentence to perpetual platform that you can then say several sentences on that are all very...
to a smaller audience, because not everyone's going to follow through, especially because less than half the people in the world actually have internet.
Yeah, still you can long term. That was a fact of mine once.
I know.
You picked that up shamelessly.
I mean, that's what we use the facts for, right? To educate the people, or to just spread random weird information that we thought
over half the population. No, was it that? No, it was they've never made a phone call. That was a fact.
Oh, but I would assume that statistics still apply.
Potentially, yeah.
For the exact same reasons. So, yeah, I guess it is at the end of the day self-promotion. As much as that sucks as an answer, but...
Absolutely is. If anyone thinks about it long enough, I think it would be. What if you could live perfectly well without sleeping? If you had no need to sleep at all, how would you spend all your nights? Well, it's just extra time, right? Do what you generally do, but more of it.
Well, I was about to say this is a problem, because at the end of the day, once again, they want you to say, pick up a new hobby, learn a language or something. But I would maybe, like, if someone told me, like, oh yeah, like, from now on, you don't have to sleep anymore, I might actually be like, okay, like, this, and that is what I would want to do with that time. But I'll still end up doing whatever I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
We probably make more YouTube videos, which is good.
That would be a good thing. Yeah, you have more time to work, and you don't need to sleep, so it doesn't...
But at the end of the day, I would probably just consume more entertainment media.
Yeah, to a degree, I guess. But not just, like, don't fill the full 8 hours?
No, but it's just like... speak for yourself. Make that 12.
Or 12 hours. Say, just assume...
I'm exaggerating a bit, but I do sleep a lot.
We just assume 8 hours of sleep,
but
right?
It's, of course,
if I
it's whatever you're doing right now, times 1.5.
If I roughly divide my day in the 16 hours of wake into 10 hours of work and 6 hours of leisure, then I would divide the extra 8 hours that same way. And
exactly, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
8 hours of work
everything you're currently doing, instead of doing it times 1, you're doing it times 1.5.
A little bit more. So yeah, I would definitely take that offer of never sleeping again. It's just more time.
If I didn't have to sleep again without any negative side effects, obviously, I would definitely take that. I also would really love that, because it feels so wasted. I know it's important.
Yeah, it's very important, but it doesn't
feels really like a lot of wasted time. You're wasting a third of your life on sleeping.
That's true.
And it's not like you can't.
You can't stop, right? You can't just not do it. You have to. So that's that. But yeah, I would take that offer and then do more of everything, and get ahead, because I can do more. Next question.
Oh, now we're getting into the conversation starter questions from the what if. It's still what if questions, but it's now not the best ones.
These are more hypothetical than hypothetically real.
Those are also wackier.
Yeah, the other ones were hypothetically real, and these are really hypothetical.
The other ones were more philosophical for the most part. These are, what if you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
That's a stupid question.
Let's transform this. If you were a human and you were starving on the top of a mountain crushed between a rock, would you eat your fingers?
The correct answer, by the way, is no, because the trauma inflicted by the blood loss is worse.
Correct.
And by loss of limb is worse than the nutrition you're getting from the thing itself.
Exactly. Oh.
Never eat your own body parts unless they are already separate from your body.
Yeah, they're severed. You can eat it anyway.
If something fell on you and it severed your arm, you can eat it.
Yeah, but don't cut.
I'm not sure how healthy it is.
Yeah, it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
But don't cut your arm off and eat it, because that'll expend more energy than you'll actually get in from eating it. So just don't. Right, eat the snow.
I'm not sure why I know that stuff, but yeah.
Vsauce. Eat the snow, not the yellow one. But the rest of the snow, you eat it. So if you were a hot dog, does the same thing apply to a hot dog? Is a hot dog sentient?
Well, first of all, generally speaking, no. But I guess in this case, it's kind of like more of a Pickle Rick type situation. But the same problem would still apply.
Well, maybe it's just a cleverly worded thing. If you were a canine animal living in a warm climate and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
The answer should still always be no. Because it's always a bad idea. Even if we don't take the realistic science into account, like if you were a food item and you could completely consume yourself, you would still effectively kill yourself, I suppose, right?
But you would still be there fully, wouldn't you?
It's weird. It doesn't make sense. I don't like the question.
I don't know. We should ask Hot Dog Man. I don't know. What if... Hot Dog Man is the perfect combination. He's a hot dog, but he's a man. What if you woke up suddenly because your house was on fire? Which 3 things would you save as you ran outside? My cash money.
Yes.
And the most valuable items I can carry.
That's the problem, right? Because, first of all, 3 things is kind of weird. Because, theoretically, it's less limited by the number of things and more by, like, the total weight and, I guess, to a certain degree, wieldability.
But this question says 3 things, so you can carry 3 things.
Because, sure, one of those 3 things is going to be my computer. But that's not realistic.
Well, not even necessarily the computer, but okay, realistically speaking, 3 things. Of course, you could be like, oh, what things would you save? Well, my room and the hallway and the living room, right? No, obviously, 3 individual things that can be carried, I guess. So
I don't care much about the screen or the keyboard, but just like the computer itself, but it's a heavy object. It's unreal.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you the computer. The actual thing, the computer itself, I'll give you that. So that'd be 1.
Because A, it has all my data on it, which is irreplaceable to some degree. It's gonna take a lot of time to set up the music collection and the wallpaper rotation and everything again. It's also a lot of TrashcanTV stuff on it, which would be lost.
What else?
And also because it's expensive. My wallet, of course. I guess house keys aren't as important anymore when the house is burning down.
Yeah.
Because usually, like out of reflex, you're leaving the house. What are you taking? My wallet and my keys, because that's what I always take, right?
Yeah.
But like the car key can be replaced, and the house key really isn't that important when the house is burning down.
Yeah. So I'll go first of all cash money and other.
Yeah, but all my cash money that I have is in my wallet.
Okay, fair enough. And other
if it's not in my wallet, it's not cash. It's on my bank account.
Underrated choice. If you keep a notepad with all your passwords in it, like a physical notebook with all your passwords and stuff in it. That's one.
I really don't though.
That's one you would definitely want. I do for all my college stuff. So.
Oh yeah, there's technically one thing. There's one account that I don't know the username to for college, but I know the password.
Maybe also like
I can't remember the
generally like important files.
It's just a string of numbers.
Personal documents, insurance files and stuff, taxation, like college files.
That's actually less realistic than carrying my computer out at this point, because most of the important files are upstairs. So I would have to run upstairs first, run down again. My computer is right next to me.
Fair enough.
But my wallet, of course, because there's a decent amount of money in there.
And whatever can be carried and is decently valuable.
There is my IDs in there, my driver's license in there, like all of the stuff that is just a bunch of bureaucratic hassle to replace.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe a cellular telephone for me even.
Well, mine is so cheap that it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, almost if you're going by value, the next best thing would be taking my TV. But that's if I'm already carrying the computer, that's very unrealistic. I guess. Like, out of reflex, because I don't have a lot of time to think about it, and for some reason I can carry the computer, and still be fast enough.
And 2 more things.
I guess but the wallet is one more thing, so it's just one thing. I guess I'm just grabbing whichever of my D&D books is the nearest, because those are also relatively expensive.
Really? A book?
It's like, what else do I have that is really...
A screen?
Yeah, but again, like, how realistic is that? Like, do I also grab my computer screen? Like,
I don't know.
At this point, I'm grabbing 2 unwieldy things.
Yeah.
I'm not carrying my computer with one hand.
Fair enough. Maybe you are. I don't know. Depending on the way you turn it, you could probably carry it under your arm.
Maybe.
It might be possible.
Also, it's probably going to take way too long to unplug everything.
Yeah. Well, the correct answer obviously is take all the oxygen in the house, because that will extinguish the fire.
Wow. No, but of course, like, some be realistic. I guess it's just whatever is worth the most, and
what's worth the most money and would present the most hassle if we were lost.
Exactly.
Important documents and ID, cash, money, and other small, very high valuable items, and then
because the problem is
computer, I guess.
The main thing that a lot of people would say is the stuff with sentimental value, but I really don't have anything with sentimental value. The closest thing would be my computer because of all the data on it, which is not really sentimental value, but it's also more of a practical thought.
Exactly.
I don't really have anything that I'm very attached to. I was actually thinking before about if I was going to move, because inevitably at some point I will, because I'm not going to live with my parents for the rest of my life. Well, hopefully. Like, what would I take? Because I can't take all the shit from around here. And especially
but you don't need to take all these pictures and fucking figurines and stuff. You don't need to take all that.
Exactly. I was thinking, like, long distance move, like, try to reduce the cost. Like, what I'm actually taking is, like, I guess I'm taking my computer and...
Clothing?
Like, my clothes and, like, the books I have laying around, because those are also...
Like the
not that large,
stuff,
but relatively expensive.
But I'm not going to tear the wallpaper off my room walls and then pack that up.
I'm not going to take any furniture, because... Why, really?
At most places you can actually get free furniture over like Craigslist and stuff.
Yeah, and it's not like I have expensive furniture. Yeah. It's like...
You can sell off some of the little crap that you have.
A lot of the small things that are expensive but easy to take, in that case. Of course, that's a slightly different question, but I feel like that's the obvious
That's actually the good thing of moving out. You don't need to take the whole house, because not everything belongs to you. Actually, most stuff doesn't belong to you anyway, so you can leave it because someone else is there.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in this case, most of the stuff that's actually in my room is my stuff.
Yeah, in your room, but not the rest of the house.
Yeah, no.
And the stuff that's in your room that needs to be actually took, like not the big ass furniture, you can just pack up in 2 boxes. That's that.
I actually like this. I like the idea of taking a sofa or the sofa chair if it's a short distance move.
How about a car?
What?
Your car.
My car on a move? Probably not actually. It depends on when. Yeah. Because my current car
is terrible.
I'll probably not keep longer than 2 more years.
Yeah, your current car is very suspicious.
Well, yeah, and apparently it's starting to rust now, which is great. That was recently discovered, so...
Fantastic.
I'm probably gonna ditch that when I can't get the thing renewed.
Yeah, get a new one.
So yeah.
A nicer one, maybe a Camaro.
And depending on when I move, it might line up that I'll just get a car at the new location.
Yeah, that would be better, obviously. So I think that's enough for today. I think that's enough. Hypothetical, really hypothetical questions. That's our answers as best as we can. If you have better answers, drop them in the comments. You can also join our Discord server, by the way. Link in the description. TrashcanTV Discord server. Can talk to us personally, talk to the community. Maybe you're a Hearthstone guy, want to get some help with your decks. There's theory crafters, talk meta with the community. Always free to do that. So go join, free for everyone, and everyone's welcome there. So we're gonna hop into
the halftime show.
And for that,
I once again am supposed to guess all of the keywords in Hearthstone.
Every single one.
This time it's more, like 2 more.
Yeah, by all the keywords we mean, I guess the
everything that is written in bold text on Hearthstone cards. I suppose.
Correct. That's what we mean. And I have a list of all of them, and JJ's gonna try and guess all of them, and I'll see if we can get them and which ones he missed. So the game is very straightforward. Actually, you can do it yourself too. If you want to play along at home, just write them all down. Right now, stop the video, take up a list, and write them all down, or at least think of them in your head. And when you can't come up with any more, just listen to us, see if you can beat JJ. Good luck to JJ, because he'll need it. So,
let's just get the obvious stuff out of the way. As I said, there's more keywords than before. Mm-hmm. We newly got Twin Spell. And Lackey.
I believe
those are the only completely new keywords from the most recent expansion, that being the Rise of Shadows.
Lucky isn't even on the list here, but yeah, Twin Spell is.
Well, Lackey, I believe, is generally assumed to be a keyword, though. I'm not sure.
Actually, I don't think so.
They listed it as a new mechanic for sure. I mean, I guess spare part isn't a keyword either.
Yeah,
so it would make sense.
So not in that sense, actually.
I'm trying to think if Lackey's written in bold on the card or not. Anyways.
Twin Spell's correct.
Another thing that is not new, but is definitely more prevalent now, is Mega Wind Fury.
Oh, Mega Wind Fury. Alright.
And when we're talking about Mega Wind Fury, I might as well, while I'm at it, mention Wind Fury.
Is Mega Wind Fury really that prevalent? Well, I personally haven't seen that card yet.
No, but they actually changed the description for Mega Wind Fury for the cards that had it before, because it would, in parentheses, say, like, can attack 4 times.
Yeah.
And they removed that on all the cards and added it as a tooltip instead.
Yeah, because you just know what it means. That's cool.
I mentioned Wind Fury as well.
Yeah, Mega Wind Fury and Wind Fury.
When I mentioned Wind Fury, of course, we're getting into, like, the very basic keywords, like, charge, taunt.
Charge, taunt.
I guess, rush. Nowadays. Divine Shield. Like, the evergreen stuff. Mm-hmm. Not just the passive ones, but also more active ones. Although passive ones also exist, like Lifesteal and Poisons, which are also now evergreen. Active ones, like Battle Cry. Death Rattle. Choose one. That's actually less active. I was actually going to say combo first, but that would have made more sense in the order. But anyways.
The combo is also correct.
Yeah, combo's correct. Choose one is correct. And that, I guess, leads us into the class keywords.
Alright.
Class keywords. Which a lot of classes have dedicated keywords, like Shaman has Overload.
Yes.
I mentioned the other Jade Lotus classes already. Let's see. Most of them actually don't, right? Those are the primary ones that actually have their own keywords. I'm trying to think if there's any that actually have their own. Well, I mean, I guess let's get into expansion keywords again before I go back to that in case I missed something. Haven't mentioned that Charge also exists. I know that's not a separate keyword.
That's not a separate keyword.
Sky Captain Crag, for those of you who care.
Charge.
So, we have... Some of them are card types as well. Some of them are classic as well, now that I think about it. Secret is actually...
Secret.
Which also brings us to one that is, I believe, only used on one card, but I think it's technically a keyword is Counter. Right?
I think Counter is a keyword, yeah.
Counter target spell. Only
on Counter spell.
It's the only card that has it. Then we also, of course, again, for card types as in their own right, or I guess just special spells technically, we also got quests.
That's one I don't think you got last time.
Yeah, it's also easy to forget that it's a keyword as well. I guess technically, if quest is a keyword, is reward also a keyword because it's listed on the card in bold text?
I don't think reward is a keyword. I'm gonna look.
I just brought it up now, anyways.
No, it's not.
I didn't think so because I don't think it was listed last time, but it is technically listed in bold text on the card. We pointed out when we were doing the full card descriptions because, like, you have to say quest, then the thing, then the... Anyways. On top of that, we also have a lot of other expansion-based keywords. I probably missed some evergreen ones, but we'll come back to that if that happens to be the case. Joust is not a keyword.
What is Joust?
Oh, it is when you both reveal a minion and if you get the more expensive one, then something
Okay.
That was big in the Grand Tournament, which also had its actual keyword, however, which I believe was Inspire, if not mistaken. Another evergreen keyword that was also introduced around the time, as a matter of fact, in League of Explorers, was Discover. I can't believe I didn't mention it alongside of Combo, Choose One, and Battle Cry, because they kind of fit there very well. Actually, Choose Two is one as well, or is it Choose Twice?
Choose Twice, yep. True.
It's also just in one card.
It's on branching paths.
Let's see. Besides that, expansion-based keywords again, I guess, is where we should be going with this. I said Inspire, I said Discover, which I guess is not that expansion-based. Omega's not a keyword, but they did have Magnetic in that expansion, which was the Boomsday. We have Start of Game, which was pretty big in the Witchwood, but also existed before because the first card that had it was...
Malkazar?
Yes, exactly. Malkazar, who was from Karazhan. I'm just dropping random Hearthstone knowledge here. Showing off while thinking about keywords.
Wish you would be dropping some of these keywords here.
Oh, come on, I'm doing fine.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty fine, actually. It's true.
So, I mentioned Start of Game, which brings us to another more recently introduced keyword, and that is That's actually not expansion link. It's cast when drawn.
Yep.
Or casts when drawn, I believe.
Big time. That's true.
Let's see. Expansion keywords. I should probably go through all the expansions, see if there's keywords. Nexteramus had a lot of death rattle stuff, but I don't think they had a dedicated
Smart
keyword.
approach. Very smart.
They actually had poisons as well, but it wasn't called that then. Which we've also mentioned before. We got GVG, which I'm trying to think they had spare parts as a mechanic, but it's not a keyword, as I said before. They had mech as a new tribe, which also is not a keyword. As a matter of fact, if the game grows a bit, we could actually literally name all the tribes at some point.
Yeah.
Because there's quite a few of them already, but right now it's not that hard, I think.
We need trees.
Yeah, treant. Could be a tribe, makes it a lot easier.
Art.
Yeah, jokes.
Got more keywords?
After GVG, we had Blackrock Mountain, which introduced a lot of dragon synergy and stuff, but I don't think it had a keyword either. And after that, my timeline already gets a bit fuzzy, which is... I can also work backwards. It also works... because every expansion had something, but not everything was a keyword.
Most of them.
Because we had, like, legendary weapons, for example, but it's not a keyword. No. Legendary, however, is a keyword as a weapon that you can use in the Hearthstone search, but not a keyword on cards.
Not a keyword on cards.
If we go by more recent expansions, we had Codes and Catacombs had something, I believe.
Rise of Shadows is the most recent one.
Rise of Shadows, yeah, I know. If we go backwards, we have the Rastakan's Rumble, which introduced... Well, first of all, introduced shrines, but those are not a keyword because they're not collectible. They also introduced Stealth for one turn, which is not a keyword, but Stealth is.
Stealth is, yeah.
Which I totally forgot so far.
Tough, yeah.
Did I mention that I was guaranteed to forget one of the evergreen ones? Yeah, that one.
That was Stealth, right there.
They introduced something else as well, didn't they? Did Rastakan's Rumble have a keyword? I feel like they had a keyword.
Well,
I'm really bad at this, by the way. I haven't mentioned that.
I know.
Did they have a keyword?
I don't know. Well, they do.
Now you're making me doubt myself.
Oh.
Anyways, we have Boomsday, which had Magnetic, which we talked about.
Yep.
We had Witchwood, which had a lot of Star of Game, but that's not a new keyword. What was a new keyword was Echo. Which was not new, but it was new as a keyword, but they still refused to use it effectively.
Keep using Echo, which is brutal. It's Echo, come on now.
Which reminds me of another retired keyword that we complain about them not using properly, which is Recruit.
Recruit. From the Codex.
Talking about retired keywords, there is Wild Damaged, and Rage, which doesn't exist anymore.
Which doesn't exist.
But it used to, so there is that.
Bring it back.
You know what? Humor me and tell me how many I'm missing so far, if you can roughly.
Okay, let's see.
Because I'm probably missing a few still.
I'm gonna just go from here. So see, you're missing.
Don't call them out, just number.
Yeah, 1.
Because I know that I'm missing some.
I'm gonna go through all of them. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that might be it. 7.
That's quite a few that I'm still missing.
7 is quite a few. You can at any point surrender and be amazed at how dumb you are.
Of course. I'm not going to do it right now, of course. But I will at some point do that because I'm not going to get all of them, obviously.
Probably not.
Stuff like summon isn't a keyword. That's just text on the card.
Yeah, summon is not a keyword.
Let me think.
Let me think.
I mentioned Lifesteal. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you mentioned Lifesteal.
I mentioned alongside Poisons, I believe.
Lifesteal from the Frozen Throne.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's also... It's interesting because some of the keywords just became evergreen and some did not. I still think it's a stupid idea that they don't, but we've voiced our opinion about that sufficiently. Did I mention
Yeah, also, I think I said
Cast when drawn has a few interesting interactions, but that's a whole different story.
7.
7.
Boombots is not a keyword. That's fact.
Death Rattle is, which I mentioned before, however.
Yeah.
You know what? Before I start thinking too hard, or giving up, can you please tell me, like, if there's like some, like, like roughly, like, is it expansion keywords that I'm missing? Is it basic keywords that I'm missing?
There's some expansion one, but most of them are basic actually.
Huh.
There's at least one expansion one, and the rest.
Oh, adapt is the expansion one.
Adapt is the expansion one.
That should have been relatively obvious. That is the Angoro keyword. They introduce it in there. I really like the mechanic. I'm kind of sad to see it go. I really like Vicious Fledgling and Crackling Razormaw. Also Diremaw, but that doesn't relate to Angoro or Adapt at all.
But most of the ones you're missing are basic ones. Now there's 6 more.
Yeah, I figured. I'm pretty sure I mentioned all of the passive ones, like, by now that I mentioned Stealth as well, Taunt, Divine Shield, those kinds of ones. Charge, Rush, not that Rush is classic, but you know what I mean.
Rush is great. It has stock.
I mentioned Choose 1, I even mentioned Choose twice, I mentioned Wind Fury, I mentioned Overload, out of all things. I mentioned Secret even, which is one that I feel like card types are easy to overlook.
Would you like to give up?
Not yet. I will probably give up soon, but I would like to at least get 1 or 2 more keywords before that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Now I'm once again doubting. Oh, is discard a keyword? Discard is a keyword, isn't it?
No.
Is it not?
No.
Wow. I wasn't sure. Discard could easily be a keyword, but then again,
discard is listed under other abilities, along with stuff like can't attack, cast spell, etc.
Is silence a keyword?
Silence is a keyword, yeah.
That's the problem, right? Because I guess it makes sense because silence means like strip it of all its abilities and reset its default stats, which is a lot of things.
Yeah.
But
silence is a keyword.
Well, discard is just like remove this card from your hand. You don't really need to explain it that much, I guess. But yeah, silence is a keyword. It's also an archetype, not that good, but you know. Silence.
So 5 more if I'm keeping count.
Right.
Definitely a lot better.
Spellbreaker and Ironbeak Owl and those kinds of things.
Definitely better than last time.
Yes, which is, I guess, a positive thing. I'm trying to think. There's, I kind of feel bad for missing still 5 classic keywords. Are they all classic? Like, are they?
Not all.
Okay.
Actually, I'm looking at keyword generation abilities too. There's an extra category for that, which are Lackey, Spare Part, and.
Oh wait, Totem? No, wait.
Jade Golem.
Oh, Jade Golem, right.
Yeah.
Because Jade Golem actually is technically, it's kind of a keyword because it actually it's bold and it has extra text.
But it's not a keyword. It's a generation keyword, like Lackey and Spare Part.
Okay, fair enough.
So 5 more.
I will sing a Totem at first. Basic Totem would technically be the one, but because it's also a limited pool of uncollectible cards that can be summoned. Tuskar Tamic now summons basic totems rather than any totems as it did before because its summoning Totem Golem was way too OP.
Correct.
It wasn't really, but it's I guess it made it really strong. Okay, it would have been weird if Totem was on there actually now that I think about it because it's also a tribe. 5 keywords, some of which are classic, some of which apparently are not.
How far have you gotten at home, by the way? Were you missing only 5? Tough. Maybe you're sitting there and you have one that JJ still hasn't mentioned yet, and you're like,
This guy.
This guy.
Does he even Hearthstone?
Yeah, does he even Hearthstone? Terrible.
I think we recently, when we looked through the card backs, we realized that my oldest card back is the Ragnaros card back, which is from like 2015. So I do Hearthstone.
I can't help but notice that you're swerving off.
I definitely am. Let's see. We have cards that do one thing, and we have cards that do other things.
And we have someone talking around the actual situation a lot.
Well, I mean, it's tough to talk and think.
Yes, I know it is. I can tell a joke while you think.
The answer is, no, I'm not going to say it because I'm telling a different joke. I know that for a fact.
How much does a pirate
The answer is $1 a year.
For apples?
See, now there's no joke there anymore because you...
Well, is there not?
Well, what is the answer?
A quarter.
See? That's not really funny.
I know it's not. You know what's also not funny?
Me
missing 5 keywords?
I thought me interrupting your joke.
Yeah, that too. That's not funny. That's not just not funny, that's not cool.
You know what's the most important thing about comedy?
What? Yeah.
Timing.
Timing, yeah.
Anyways,
He would have taken 10 more seconds break if we weren't recording there.
Probably. As a matter of fact, I might have started a different conversation said it later on. I might pay for that. Fuck. I kind of low-key want to give up because it's...
Saying the punchline first. You know how to ruin a joke?
That one was actually not bad, though.
Probably seen it on Reddit at some point. So, are you giving up?
I really don't want to is the problem.
Oh, you don't want to, but you're gonna have to because you're not getting these. I can tell you're not getting these.
I guess I am.
You're about to get these.
Or, you know what? You said that they're not all classic.
Not all.
Can you tell me which expansion they're from?
There's one that's still from an expansion.
Okay.
Should I tell you? I mean, it's obvious then.
It's better than... Wait, is Death Knight a...
No. It's from Rastakhan.
I said Rastakhan as probably a keyword. I'm still trying to think of what it is. That feels kind of stupid that I don't know that. It's probably really obvious. I also generally feel that Rastakhan's Rumble was very underwhelming. I almost completely ignored that it existed.
Some logos are cool. Some stuff is fine. Kragwa. That was frogs.
It feels weird, but I honestly can't tell you right now.
It is Overkill.
Oh, it is Overkill. Right.
And here's the other ones.
Overkill exists.
And here's the other ones that you missed.
I literally completely forgot that Overkill exists.
Yeah, it exists.
It's weird. I called it out in a video that we recorded a while ago when it was like, oh yeah, like kills a minion and Overkill are different effects, but
exactly.
Yeah, no, Overkill exists. I completely forgot that Overkill
called it out on Darius Crowley.
Yeah.
And here's the other ones you missed. I believe this one you also missed last time. Freeze.
Oh, yeah.
Immune.
Yes.
Passive. You mentioned passive ones, but the actual word passive is a keyword.
In which situation? For passive
cards
hero power?
that continuously provide a global effect to the game via an aura. Passive hero powers are a main source of this ability. All passive cards currently known have no mana cost associated with them.
It might also be the portal. I'm not sure if that's maybe it says passive. The no, it wouldn't.
The Nether Portal?
No, it wouldn't because it's on the passive effect.
But like for example, the Hagatha hero.
Yeah,
power,
the Hagatha hero power, I guess. Yeah, is hero power a keyword?
No, the last one that you missed is spell damage.
Oh yeah, I think that I missed last time as well.
Possibly, that's also tough to find.
I think I also missed silence last time and stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Some of these are tough. We'll do it again in 4 months.
Spell damage and freeze.
Yeah, we'll do it again in 4 months. Next expansion, see if you get them by then.
Like spell damage and freeze. Like
tough.
I understand how it was kind of bad that I didn't get Overkill.
Yeah.
Although I feel like that's kind of telling of Rastakhan as a whole. Mm-hmm. Because it's weird because like when the Rastakhan rotation, like when the set came out, a lot of decks just kind of stayed the same.
Yeah. A lot of Odd Paladin just stayed the same. But after now the rotation, everything's just still settling kind of, so it's tough.
Yeah, and even that doesn't run that many Rastakhan's cards.
So,
it feels like a really underwhelming expansion.
JJ
it's also the one that I think did the worst for our channel in terms of like growing the subscriber base and getting more views on the original videos and stuff.
They kind of started weakening the expansion again, so it seemed weak against the previous one. So JJ missed 5 keywords. How many did you miss? Did you get them all? If so, lie to us in the comments that you did, and we'll see. So we're gonna get into the fact of the week before we reveal our new special idea, which is not special because you see it in the sidebar.
I feel like probably the stuff like Mega Wind Fury is easy to miss.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, but it's also so outstanding that you can get it.
I think I primarily remember it because I forgot it last time.
Yeah,
and that was one of the ones where it's like obviously.
What kind of fact do you want?
Just give me an interesting one.
Oh, an interesting fact. How about this? Of the first 31 popes, there were 31 popes, more than that, but of the first 31, you want to take a guess at how many of those popes
molested children? All of them. Next question.
Were assassinated.
I guess none.
28.
Oh.
Out of the first 31 popes.
Oh, I guess back then the whole church thing.
That was like way back, like St. Peter and stuff, right?
Yeah, back then the popes still mattered, I guess.
Yeah, correct.
Because, you know, even like assassinate political leaders makes sense, but I mean, like the Pope, like
the leader of the church was a political figure back then.
Yeah, like he's a ruler of what, 1 square kilometer? Yeah, it's not very impressive.
Exactly. And a couple of dudes with with funny hats, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the English have dudes with funny hats as well.
That's true. I guess every country has in a way.
Yeah.
Arabs, you know.
Just
different funny hats.
I like the big furry hats from the British Royal Guard.
Yeah, they're funny, right? That's true. They're cool. I don't even know what they're called, but yeah, that's my fact of the week. 28 of 31 popes were murdered of the first 31 popes. So what's your fact of the week, JJ?
My fact of the week is that even though this podcast does have a bit of a format to it, there's a bit of variation that comes every now and again.
Yes.
And of course, we've mentioned that today is the first time we're doing visual aspect to this as a kind of a trial run. Except
for the actual picture that you're always staring at.
Well, yes. But that's also not the only variation we've done. We've had, I think, 2 podcasts before that didn't have a halftime show.
Yes.
One actually was recorded as kind of like a conversation that we had. We just were like, oh yeah, we can record this and build a podcast around it later.
And we were hanging around in the room, not even sitting in front of the mic.
Yeah, the audio quality was probably not that good on this one. But I think the discussion was interesting.
Yeah.
Where we just recorded this discussion and then later actually added the fact and the song segment in.
Correct.
And we had someone recently the Article 13 discussion where we also decided to change up the format a bit because we didn't want to break the discussion, so it was just a discussion and then facts and songs as one segment at the end. And yeah, today's the time when we're trying out something different as well.
Yes, we are going to be playing.
Also, while I'm added one more aspect to this fact about format. I might have mentioned this one before. The very first podcast, we actually recorded the segments individually.
That is correct.
And then, because for some reason we thought it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And then when
we're not realizing that podcasts don't work like that.
Yeah, and then when we did the segment, I was like, you know what? We can probably just
do it all in one go. Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about this in advance either. We literally we started recording the first segment and I just let the recording run and just segued into the second topic and then we just kept going.
Yeah, and that's ever since then we did the podcast that way. The correct way.
Which is less work to record that way.
Yep.
It's less work to edit that way. And it flows more naturally.
Yeah, it's more pleasant to watch too.
Like, what the fuck even were we thinking?
I don't know. We were stupid then.
So yeah, this is like a bunch of mini facts about the podcast structure.
Yes, but today we're going to be playing a game and we're going to be playing GeoGuessr. We've been playing it, premiering it on the channel over the last week or two. And we suggested to play it in the podcast one time. Kind
of lends itself to another fact that I should have totally used instead, but now that
next time. You can use it next time.
No. We've actually recorded GeoGuessr before the ones that we released recently.
And never released it.
Like years ago, and instead of just using those because they're probably not that good anymore.
We have a couple of videos that we recorded once that never released.
Yeah.
And they were terrible.
So if you 1 million subscribers, we might release some of those.
Yeah. Maybe not.
That's your reason to now go to all your friends and recommend the channel. We also had some
trivia quizzes that we recorded at like 4 a.m. They were pretty suspicious. I still have them, like the unedited files.
Yeah.
They might never see the light of day, but they also might.
But yeah, like, seriously, if you boost our subscribers a bit, we can set it as a subscriber milestone.
We can think about that.
We can be persuaded to do a lot of things with increased subscriber and view numbers.
And that's our entire leverage, by the way. So let's get into playing GeoGuessr. The game the mode that we're going to be playing is called Famous Places. We're going to see 5 famous places on Google Street View, and we're going to have to figure out where we are, and do so in a reasonable time frame.
Yes.
So y'all know how this works, I suppose.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. We're
going to play places regularly for.
Oh, great! That's very famous. So here we can move around, and can we?
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Can we look at? Oh boy! Oh! Can you move closer to that thing?
Is that thing?
I have my spidey senses are tingling. Yeah, get a bit closer. That's. I know what that is. I know spot on where we are too. That is Yellowstone National Park. That is Old Faithful Geyser, if I'm not completely mistaken.
Are we currently standing on the largest active volcano in the world?
Yes,
or North America?
We are. Can you look at the thing real quick to make sure it is? But I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty damn sure it is. Giant geyser, yeah. That's got to be. I mean, it's got to be Old Faithful, right? That's what it's called. Yeah. We're in Yellowstone, my dudes. We're getting a good score. I guess the goal will be 20,000 points.
You know what? Considering that I'm bad with geography, I know it's in the USA.
Yeah, it's in the USA.
Actually, all I know.
Okay, then go to the top left. I'm describing it that way. Not that much. For God's sake, should I just do it? Let me just do the rough zooming in, okay? And
so you're saying it's in Wyoming, yeah.
Yeah, there's Yellowstone.
You could have just told me it's in Wyoming.
Fair enough. There's Yellowstone. Now we're in Yellowstone. Now you can just go and see if you can find the You can find Old Faithful. Yellowstone is large though, so it's a little bit of a thing to actually find the exact place.
Do you know where it is?
I think it's a little bit lower. I think it's in Wyoming. I'm pretty sure it's Wyoming.
We crossed the state line already, didn't we?
Johnny Rockefeller Memorial.
Oh, that's the state line, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure how far you can. I think it's north of that. But I'm not. The thing is also figuring out how far you can zoom out and still see it.
Yeah, it's a problem because the more you zoom
in, can you actually zoom out and see if we can find the city?
I can also.
Yeah, make the map bigger. That's helpful. So what kind of cities do we have? Or okay, zoom in a bit more actually. Onto the park. That's fine. Go up. And up more. Canyon Village, West Yellowstone. Zoom in a little bit on the kind of central left. Trail Peak. It's hard. It's not easy. Shouldn't it be around the lake somehow?
I have no clue.
Maybe go into Canyon Village a little bit closer to that and see. There's Mount Washburn, Pelican Cone, Artist Point.
There's the Upper Falls of the Yellowstone.
Upper Falls of the Yellowstone. Okay.
I don't know, man. You tell me.
I don't know exactly. Man. The thing is, just move around.
Just move around. He says.
Just move.
Hey, look, there's Montana.
That's Montana. Great place. I think you have to maybe zoom in one more for to see this, for to see it in all its glory.
If you can just give me a general area, I can also just pin it in the general area. We don't.
I want to say southwest, but first go there, and then zoom in a little bit and check there. So southwest of the big lake.
Southwest of like somewhere.
Yeah. I want to say. Oh, there's a Huckleberry Mountain. I think that's might be too far in. I don't know. It's tough. The problem is I know exactly where we are. Like I could pinpoint it if I just could find it on the map.
Like just tell me where to fucking throw the pin.
Throw it in between some of the like somewhere in between the lakes.
Like here?
Yeah, sure. Might not be correct, but yeah, we're further north.
30 kilometers.
That sucks because the thing is you know exactly where you are, but in like a place like this, it's really tough to. What? It's exactly what I thought it was. Yeah. It's right. It's mean. I mean, we got the location just about. Oh boy, we are on a bridge.
I feel like the bridge might be important. Is it the bridge or is it something off the bridge?
It might be the bridge, but let's first try and figure out what country, state. There's a car that we're right on top of, basically. If that's not the Google car, can we tell what that says? It's Spanish.
I'm pretty sure that is whatever car took the picture. It's
yeah, it looks like it. That looks Spanish. That's maybe just travel along. Okay, there was a truck there. There was a van. Always read the side of those. The bridge looks.
Fuck's sake. It's not that easy. Also, apparently, we're navigating in completely different directions.
There you go. Meatsgourmet.com.
Yeah.
Doesn't help much. Let's get off this bridge. Oh, we even? Where will one find bridges like this?
I'm clicking forwards, but I'm going backwards. I don't understand.
The arrows only go two directions. I mean, the cars kind of suggest North America to a degree, but what does the landscape say? Landscape doesn't really say North America, does it? It looks more Asian. This could be in Hawaii. That's where like landscape and vehicles would work. I don't think you're really going forward. You're just looking at passing by.
No, I'm going backwards.
Okay, great. Oh, there's a sign there. There's some street signs. That would be.
I think I'm going backwards. Why?
Yeah. Click on the arrows, actually.
Okay, let me click on the arrows.
That's also the wrong one. That's the wrong one. The other one. I don't know why it works that way, but apparently it does. Does it? Yeah, I guess it's closer to the exit. So this is very weirdly taken. But see, is it Asian? I think it's Asian. I'm pretty sure this is Asian. I can't even read it, but it looks Asian.
I can literally not read anything that it says on there. Wait.
Turn the other way. No. Go through the thing and then turn the other way because there's signs that way too. Oh, it's Santiago. Is it Chile then?
Well, I mean, it is in Santiago like 240 kilometers that way.
Yeah, I guess we'll have. That's like the one we can go on.
That way is north, and this looks like a Route 1 sign.
Okay, let's go for Chile. Find Route 1, and see if we can.
So first of all, we're going.
See if we can get south of Santiago.
Down here. Let's see. Do we have Santiago there? Santiago.
Yes,
so we're going south of Santiago.
Can we get a Route 1? That's a 90.
I'm not sure if it is a 1, but it looks like a route sign, and it looks like it's a 1, maybe a 7. I'm not sure how far...
There's a 5 there, I think.
Problem is, it's hard. There's no ruler on here, so I can't tell you how much 243 kilometers are.
I think a bit more, actually. We can just put it there if we want to, and like somewhere around there.
It would be really great if I had a scale for this.
Yeah, you just have to eyeball it. The thing is, we don't even know if it's the Chile Santiago. There might be other Santiagos, but that's the first thing that came to mind.
I don't know. Is there a David like 200 kilometers up further?
I don't know. We don't know.
How much is 200 kilometers? I'm probably already way past 200 kilometers.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But that's kind of the only estimation that I have to go off. And we don't want to pull this out unnecessarily, so...
I pulled to like San Fernando.
I think a bit lower.
A bit lower?
Molina. Yeah, because it's a good song. So there we go. And it was in fucking Nicaragua or something there. In Panama City. Oh, was it the Panama Canal, dude? Really? We could have gotten that just by thinking famous places. Okay, that's Paris, right?
Arc de Triomphe?
Yeah, that's the Arch of Triumph. That's in Paris.
France, Paris.
It's one of the central squares, a little bit further in, I believe. We can zoom into the city center more. And let's see if we can find it already.
Tour Eiffel,
a little bit more. Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. So let's get this pinpoint, right?
We are south
we're
of the
facing
arc
straight north.
Of...
We could look at a street too. I think it's basically
basically already.
Yeah, I think this is where we are. What? That flag is incorrect. We were on the street, weren't we?
So
anyway, we got
apparently 25.8 meters off.
We were totally on spot there. Okay, that's the Burj Khalifa. That's in Dubai. Do you want me to just find it on the map?
Sure.
All right, let me just go ahead and do that real quick. Because the time it takes for JJ to spot Dubai is going to be heartbreaking to all of us. So I'm just manning the mouse right now. And the thing is, I believe in some park. That should be somewhere around here. If I'm not mistaken. Let me just go down here. Some like green area. For sure.
Well, there's a lot of green on this map, but most of it is just signage. So
that's true. If you want to, you can also just start moving around a little bit. It's somewhere in the. It's somewhere in, I believe, this area right here.
That's very helpful.
So yeah, just have a crack at it.
See, now I gotta be the one to find it anyways.
Exactly.
Because...
But at least I got you to Dubai. That's more than we would have asked for. Emirates.
I probably would have found it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Hey, there's Motor City.
Oh, it's Detroit?
Exactly.
Fantastic.
That's what I was thinking. So, are we even zoomed in far enough that it would be visible? I guess.
I think we're too far south now. It's too far south. Maybe go up a little more. Probably too far east at this point. Somewhere, it's not too far off city center.
I guess, let's see.
You can zoom in one more and check around city center.
Well, I was gonna see how far I can zoom out before like some of this random stuff disappears. Well, great.
I'll probably zoom in one more.
We're...
Yeah, and then go left. Spray on this a little bit. The Dubai Mall.
Well, there's the Emirates Towers. I guess that's not what we're looking for.
That's not what we're looking for, unfortunately. Wildlife Sanctuary.
The question is also, does it have another name as well? Because there's like a bunch of Arabic here.
No, it's Burj Khalifa. It's
Oh wait, there's always some kind of text.
Somewhere a little bit more to the right there, I feel like.
That's where we came from.
Yeah, I know, it's tough. Truth hurts. Somewhere. It's somewhere there. Again, it's the same issue as with Yellowstone, that we know where it is, but spotting the exact thing on the map is heartbreaking.
Just
Business Bay.
Just put a pin somewhere in Dubai and
just put a pin.
Like somewhere right there.
Bit more southern, I think. Yeah, let's just put it there and see where we are. It was right downtown too. Right downtown. Oh my god, I hate this.
Well,
but we did fine.
There it is.
Yeah, 7.2 kilometers. I think we're doing okay.
We're on a bridge again.
Yeah. Well, if this is Panama again?
Wait, this is
the same car. Are we at the Panama Canal? I want to say we are. Can we just?
Well, the question right now is, okay, a glitch that we've encountered when we were playing this on our own time because
it's not the same bridge.
Crazy enough.
Not the same bridge.
Okay, we have had it before that the thing just got stuck.
I don't think it's the same.
Put us in the same place again.
I don't think it's the same bridge.
It's the same weird navigation, I believe.
Yeah, it might be the same bridge. But even then, we only it is. So let's just put it there. We know where we are. That's redemption. Panama Canal. Canal of Panama.
Is it in Panama?
Yeah. Just go in there a little bit more. A little bit more down there where the thing is. Yeah. Either one of those two. No. Zoom in and find out. So,
well, there's a bridge.
Yeah.
And somewhere down there was also another bridge. This has a Route 1 on it.
So then
this one has a Route 4 on it. I suppose.
What's in between? Let's see. City of Knowledge.
Well, I mean, we can see first of all if.
Wait, is this the exact? Is the actual Panama Canal then? I'm not even sure. If it's the actual Panama Canal, then it's not that.
I'm going in the wrong direction.
The navigation of this is flawless, by the way.
Am I still going in the wrong direction?
Let's just pick the actual Panama Canal. So zoom out a little bit. It's where the Atlantic meets the Pacific.
Wait.
So it...
What?
Got to the map.
Just tell me, like, which direction to go.
Well, it is. I guess it is the canal, but... What bridge?
Because that's the only water connection through.
Pick the one with the one. Pick the one with Route 1 because we said so. Because we thought it was.
Well, that was last time. Was definitely where we were.
And we got the right one. So it's the Pan American Highway.
I didn't even put the pin on the bridge apparently. I just put it next to it.
Yeah, you didn't zoom in far enough because you didn't care that much. And you cost us 2 points. Congrats.
Oh my god.
Terrible.
So apparently we got the same location twice, basically.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Apparently that happens, but that's our summary. Now, Yellowstone, we kind of messed up, and Panama the first time. So 18,700 points. I think we can do better than that, but not today. Looked interesting. Okay, yeah. Same bridge.
They put us on the same bridge, like a few meters apart.
Wow.
Like, how far off was I when I put us in the water?
40 meters.
Yeah.
So it's like 250 meters apart. It's not that much. It's not that much. It's just a couple minutes. I don't know. But that's what happened. So if you want to see this again, let us know. We can play this more as an individual series. We can also do it more in the podcast. So if you enjoyed it, maybe if you played along, if you somehow got the same app, I don't know. I think there's actually a feature where you can share the link. We can actually look at that. Where you can like share the link and then have people play along.
Oh yeah, we should do that next time because we can call it out in advance. Because if we do it now, it's kind of useless.
It doesn't happen anymore. But let us know if you like GeoGuessr. I think this is an interesting game. I like playing this.
I'm not sure how well it works for the format of a podcast because it has a very strong visual component that I think really doesn't work well without.
So JJ is the doubter for the podcast, and I'm a proponent of this. So let us know in the comments, man. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you think about it? So
I think if we zoom out far enough, our mistakes won't seem okay. I can't.
The one is not going to ever vanish, but the other ones seem perfect now. So that's the second quote unquote topic. Fun game. He's playing around with the thing, and I'm going to put the old podcast image back, and we're going to be out of here. But we have a song of the week.
We do have songs of the week.
Top it off on a
high note in the bad musical pod. Exactly. Because we really needed to say that.
we haven't said it. We haven't said it for a long time. What's the song of the week?
It's true. We have not said it in a long time.
We have not.
My song of the week to go a bit of. I was gonna say to be a bit different from what I usually pick, but I think there hasn't been that much of a strong pattern lately. Is "While Your Lips Are Still Red" by Nightwish.
I have not heard of that song.
Well, it doesn't surprise me.
Is it related to vampires at all?
I don't think so.
then my curiosity is not piqued.
Well, in that case, I should refer you to.
I don't like vampires. That was just a joke. I don't like. I don't know business with vampires. Zombies all the way. No, but seriously, my song of the week is "Sweet Lorraine" by Uriah Heep.
Okay, yeah, that does not surprise me.
What do you mean it does not surprise? It's a good song.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm rarely surprised by our songs of the week because usually I know that
it's either a second or third best Uriah Heep song.
And that says a lot. Not
and
really.
Well, I mean...
pretty
good.
Granted, yes, it being in the top X songs of an artist is generally not a bad
generally
thing.
Pretty good.
But for some artists, that's more...
Yeah. But still, good song. My song of the week. Thank you for watching the podcast. Drop a like, subscribe to TrashcanTV.
Yeah,
go join our Discord.
watching the podcast.
Watching, listening to, and then watching one of the parts of the podcast. Again, feedback on that. We'd appreciate it. You like the game? I do. And we'll play it again if so desired. So thank you for watching. Join the Discord. JJ.
That's it?
That's it.